Hi, I'm Wes Allen with DM Tales, and we had a snowpocalypse here in the Philly area, which would be considered a little snow in some parts of the country, but I gotta tell you, my body is not happy about having to clear it. My schedule's all messed up because the entire family's schedule is messed up, which always sets me on edge because routine is what frees me to deal with curveballs, and this week is nothing but curveballs. Also, I do not like cold. But I gotta tell you, before the snowpocalypse hit, I made my way to Trader Joe's and got the literal last bag of whole bean coffee in the store, so I've been caffeinated throughout all of it. These are some random TTRPG thoughts. Let's roll it. Mornings. I am a bit bummed that I will not be able to participate in the online Numenera Day, which is today, which is being hosted by the Cypher Unlimited Discord, because it's going to be a fun day filled with lots of games where people can interact with the awesome world of Numenera. On the other hand, the reason why I can't participate is because I'm running Numenera for my in-person group at our local brewery, so it all evens out. The Dragonbane campaign that I've been running is almost over. They're 2 rooms away. 2 characters are down, and the remaining characters are battered. This will not end well for them, but they're giving it the old college try. I finally put in a game for Ecclesicon. Yes, my own convention. I will be running Streamlined Superheroes. I want to put in a second game to run on Friday, but I haven't decided what system I want to run yet. Also, I got to tell you that Ecclesicon badge sales are open, and game ticket sales, they're really free tickets, but you have to sell them because of tabletop events, they're going to go active next month. So come on out to roll some dice and do some good. I am still looking for both GMs and donations for the Ecclesicon auction. So if you'd like to GM at Ecclesicon, you can find that link right there. And if you'd like to donate, you can contact our auction coordinator at our website. That link is right there. Thanks, guys. Their names are Alex Preddy and Renee Good. They were not domestic terrorists. They were an ICU nurse and a mother. They exercised their rights to keep an out-of-control paramilitary organization in check and were repaid for it with summary execution. Their last recorded words were, "Are you okay?" and "I'm not mad at you." And if someone makes the argument that they were obstructing and that's a crime, sure, fine. Does that crime come with the potential to face the damn death penalty? These people running around the streets in cosplay army costumes aren't professionals. They aren't even law enforcement in the way that the police or the FBI are. And the videos, multiple angles of both incidents are definitive. And if you're looking at them and land on the side of a masked paramilitary group, then please at least stop claiming that you believe in either truth or facts or law. Oh, and some of those agents attempted to force their way into the Ecuadorian consulate in Minneapolis. So let's add international incident to their unprofessional actions when they aren't executing US citizens. I want to run the electric state so bad. But the only problem is, I think it might feel too relevant for our current situation, and frankly, I've got enough depression triggers in my life right now. Thank you very much. Look, I get the desire to have an escape from reality when we are doing things like playing TTRPGs, watching sports, or watching YouTube videos. I really do. Here's the problem. Why is our need to have an escape more important than another person's need to use a moment to point out an injustice they are either seeing or experiencing? Why does the need for a temporary escape negate another person's need to process something through the game so maybe they can find some hope? Now look, I understand this goes both ways. It is not impossible to make room for both valid escapism and the need to process at the same table, even in the same session. But we have to make the decision that another human being's needs matter enough to make space for them. Because we want something doesn't negate who they are. Because they want something doesn't negate who we are. Is it easy to do this? No. Is it healthy? Yeah. Let's go for that. The more I reread Tales of Argosa in preparation for my new campaign, the more excited I am to play it. It is a wild system and gonzo things are going to happen. I've also had an absolute blast moving my setting, which is the planet known only as Order in the Chaos, ahead 700 years past the end of the previous campaign which is set in this world. That campaign used basic fantasy RPG. Great system, by the way. I hope that my players will end up enjoying it as much as I already am. And as a bonus, everybody even got the book. I'm really excited. So the upcoming edition of Numenera has been given a name, the Amber Archive. And I'm going to have Sean K. Reynolds on the channel on February 2nd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern to talk about what's coming with this update. I am psyched to hear some of the cool things that are planned for this edition and what format the update might take. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to surf in and participate in the chat. One of my goals for 2026 is to help my friend Dave Ward ping the hobby so he is recognized as a skilled game designer who is creating excellent TTRPGs under the Grimwood Games brand. Ironbound is a terrific system, and the Grimwood city setting for EZD6 is a blast. They should be first grabs for anyone who's interested in urban fantasy role-playing. Plaguebound is going to be coming out in 2026, and it is one of the coolest takes on dark fantasy that I've ever seen, with cool ancestries and wild actions. But I think the game he's working on now, Masked Paws, is introducing something unique to the hobby which fits the superhero genre perfectly. And yeah, anthropomorphic superheroes are nothing new. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been around forever. But the way Dave's designed Masked Paws is new. It's cool. I have played 2 alpha versions of it and had a blast. And I've seen some of the artwork for it, and it is perfect. So follow Grimwood Games to keep up with what he's doing today. And I do have to give you full disclosure, Dave is publishing one of my adventures, the Orshin Incident, on BackerKit. Campaign is starting in February. But I gotta tell you, I'd be shouting out his stuff even if he wasn't doing that, because it's just really good. And here's my invite for you. If you have friends who are smaller designers who are looking to break into the industry, go ahead and share their names below in the comments. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. All right, coming up on the channel, I do have the Dolmenwood Player's Book and the Broken Steps for Dreams and Machines read, and I'm ready to start writing those reviews, so I'm really excited about it. Also, I got that book redacted from Al Spader there, and I think that's going to come up after that. I still have to make myself read Daggerheart. I also have the Cosmere RPG that I want to do, and I picked up TMNT, the reprint, or the new version of it, 1.5, at Page, and I need to get that on the channel as well. Also, I talked about my interview with Sean K. Reynolds. I'm also going to have other couple people on. I'm going to schedule those coming up pretty soon, and maybe a live play as well. So, this is all going to be a blast to bring to the channel. And until we see each other again, folks, happy playing, everyone.